The loving exchanges of Radha and Krishna, their intimate, amorous affairs. You're making a nice point, that they're simply the exchanges of each other's love. Because their body, but we're so perverted, or let's say, contaminated in our mentality. Atmanam manyate jagat. It's telling in Shruti, Atmanam manyate jagat, that the Atma, he thinks of the universe in terms of his own mind. So, if I'm contaminated and lusty, then I see, when I'm a man and I'm with women, I become contaminated and lusty. And I think, oh, Krishna's with 16,000 women, so many millions of women, he surely must be contaminated and lusty, like me. So how is this Madhura Ras, or this conjugal love or intimate exchange between Radha and Krishna, which is so glorified and so much honored and worshipped in this bhakti movement, Krishna consciousness? How is it? Is it a real thing? It seems like lusty affairs. So that's why the Srila Prabhupada, especially, and other acharyas, they give so many warnings and so many explanations how this is totally transcendental. I think the only way one has to understand, in order to enter Lila, of course, in a proper way, one has to have a good understanding of Tattva, the foundation of Tattva and truth. So one thing, when someone understands that, okay, I have this material body, and it's because of this material body I have so much lust. But there's something called old age, and even someone, there's an old man and an old woman, the body is useless and dysfunctional, but still, because their lust is within the mind, they may even feel lusty, although the body is completely incapable of expressing such lusty desires or feelings. There's no physical power when you're 99 years old or whatever, but still the mind may be with that. So all this whole lust is a product of the material mind and the material body. And Krishna has no material mind and no material body. And Radharani has no material mind and no material body from day one to day 100 to 1,000 to 1 million to eternity. From eternity beginning, from eternity forever. Their bodies are not made of mind and material elements. They're only made of bhav. And bhav means Radharani is Mahabhav. And Krishna is the Sringara Rati. So that when we have this understanding, so when whatever they're doing, this is Mahabhav is embracing, or Mahabhav is, that's the whole trick of Maya, that Krishna's pastimes with Radharani, they look like the mundane man-woman in the kunja, Radha Krishna in the kunja, in their intimate lila, seems like a man and woman of this world. So then we make offense, and then we think that this is one body, another body. So this is the trick of the Shastras, that, it looks like this, but it's inconceivably completely opposite. Because everything here is lust, and that's is only love. We don't know anything what love is. That's the biggest problem, and that's why Raganuga Bhakti is so rare, and so very, very rare, because no one knows how to love. And no one has any sensitivities or feelings. So this type of practice to go forward, that you're speaking of some of the very high-end, and because you have a lot of experience also in this Rag Marg. So you're speaking of some of the very high-end and deep levels of identification, meditation, and heartly absorption in the Leelas and pastimes of Radha and Krishna, by identifying with their needs and desires and how they're feeling, and respond, okay, this seva is going on, that seva is going on, but how is it going on? But not only how is it going on, or perfecting how it's going on, but then what's the measurement of my success here? The measurement is not the finesse or expertise or vidagdha or chatur, cleverness of my seva, or expertise my seva, all that's required, but the expertise and the perfection is measured by how I increase the sambhog of Radharani's heart, and how I increase the sambhog or enjoyment of Radharani and Krishna. So therefore, not only do I have to identify with the externals of what I'm doing in my internal service, the practical aspects of bringing the paraphernalia together, collecting the wild fruits, cutting them up nicely on trays, making a beautiful arrangement on the trays, and all different colors of fruits, and making different patterns of the fruits and different designs of slices, and so many things in my meditation to make it very externally appealing and looking very nice, and all good taste, and combining and everything. And then now I'm presenting it in such a loving, kind way, anukulya, Anukuli Anushilam. But now, I have to now to finally measure whether all this trouble and all this mental absorption I put into preparing this offering or the seva, whatever it is it successful? Is Radharani's heart feeling blissful? And is Krishna going to really enjoy this? Because Radharani will eat the remnants. And if I don't make it, if I really want to please Radharani, then I have to make it so nice that Krishna eats up everything. He's eating it and feeding it to Radharani. He's, oh, this Radharani is so good, you take this too. So then, if all this kind of thinking is going into the offering, that how do they feel that without making it? Is Krishna relishing it? And now, if Krishna just eats it and gives it to Radharani, she'll relish it. But if I prepare it in such a way that I mix all the Radharani's feelings in with the preparation, as if Radharani was making the preparation, preparing the fruit. Now when Krishna eats it, he'll feel like, oh, Radharani prepared this. I feel Radharani's feelings are in this offering. Now I'm really enjoying it. And now I'm giving it back to Radharani. So when she's eating those remnants, then I will experience Radharani feeling so much more happiness by this level of offering and this degree of offering, because I mixed her heart in the offering. And so there's so many levels going into it.